What's going on, guys? So we are back. Not much commentary to say today. It's kind of pumped, ready to go. Had probably a little bit too much caffeine, but moving forward. Same as last week, same exact setup. We're gonna do 2 more weeks of this week and next week, and then we'll switch it out to the PAP workouts. This is also my last week of creatine, so after this week is just kind of my body's deloading process, and I should be out of creatine. In hindsight, I actually should have started loading this phase and then went with that way I was loaded and ready to go during the month 3, which I hear is harder workouts, but whatever. What can you do? So we're gonna move forward. Today we're gonna keep on the proper schedule. We got VSculpt today, tomorrow plyo, side vent, chest, shoulders and try on after the rest day. So that's the plan. Let's get started. What's going on, guys? So we are done with the workout. Crazy fun workout. There's some times where I hate it and sometimes I love it. Some moves that I completely hate, other moves that I love. I get pretty exhausted halfway through it. 3/4 into it to kind of really push as hard as I need to. And I think it's just kind of a mental game. I need to kind of work on that a little bit. Great workout though. There's some things that I definitely need to work on. Some things I don't like about this particular workout, which are the use of the bands. I probably have some lighter bands that probably aren't as difficult. I'll clean that off. And that's kind of a downside, where I have to either double wrap it and or sometimes I do have to kind of do more than one loop to actually get a good tight pull. And sometimes there's the issue with the unevenness, or sometimes there's more tension on one side than the other, which is what I mean by the unevenness. Or just sometimes there's too much tension, you can't pull it, the band is just gonna not work. So I don't like that about this CD, and I'll admit that frankly. But, you know, it is what it is. I kind of get what they're trying to do. but I'm not a big fan of it. I actually prefer going back to free weights in that instance. But yeah, so overall, it's a good workout, good fun workout. There's a couple moves that I definitely need to work on. There's a couple moves that I love. One of which is, let me read this here. What do we got here? The Renegade Hammer Curl, fun one. The same movement with the plank, that's a very fun one. There's, you do get tired and exhausted during the pull-ups, and I've realized that since I'm still in my bulking phase, I am gaining weight, and with that gain weight, my body's not used to doing high reps on the pull-ups. So that's something I kind of got to work on, but everything's kind of a work in progress. So new program, new challenges, we got to move forward. So cool, bring it. That's it though. For the most part, I'm feeling pretty good. I have been taking the intro workout by Dymatize. I believe it's called Recoup. I'll have to read that over again. It is a little too sweet for me. I've noticed that I have to either dilute it or have to freeze it to kind of be able to take it. And I can't consume the full thing through the workout, even if it is 8 ounces of water. It's just too sweet for me, and it's just maybe a sweet thing. Some people might like it. It's something I could easily sip on, whether it feels a couple hours. But, within 1 hour span, I don't want to get that much fluid in me. And 2 is just too sweet. I actually find myself going to get more water. Whether I see benefits to it, I honestly can say I haven't used it enough to say yes yet. So we'll see. I mean, and to be completely honest, I see this being as a lower grade recovery formula. I feel the recovery formulas breakout or ingredient list or whatever you want to call it is actually a little better, and it does have a couple more ingredients that I would prefer to have in a recoup kind of recuperation formula. But yeah, that's it. So I mean, I've always been a huge fan of recovery formula. I've actually talked about that probably more than I have Shakeology. And the only complaint I have about the recovery formula is I wish I had a little bit more creatine, or at least I knew how much creatine. I wish I didn't have to kind of supplement post-workout when I am using creatine, but I do get the idea of not having a high level of creatine so you don't have to cycle it. I get the thoughts behind that. But besides that, guys, looking forward to my recovery drink. And just to give you guys an example, if I'm drinking this Recoup and I actually go and take the recovery drink formula, because my taste buds are used to this level of sweetener, the artificial sweeteners, the recovery formula tastes kind of bland. That's how sweet this is. This is actually way sweeter than the recovery formula. And those of you that have used the recovery formula probably figure out that it's very sugar-based. So it is, it definitely is sweeter, which I'm not the biggest fan of. The recovery formula is perfect. It's not overly sweet, but it's still that nice hint of sweet, and it's kind of a nice, refreshing sweet. Probably because it's an orangey type flavor. This is more of a fruit punch. That's more of a my bad, based on what I've picked. But yeah, so it is what it is. So I'm tired. I'm actually doing a little bit of foam rolling after the fact. My back's a little tight. Shoulder's a little tight, but besides that, we'll see you guys tomorrow for plyo side. Peace. Peace.